Good morning, friends. Welcome back to Astrology Today. My name is Mel Rose, and I'm here to share your daily aspects. Today is Friday, March 25, 2022. The sun is in Aries today, and as the world begins to come to life outside our doors, we feel an urgency, initiative, a sense of excitement about our own potential and the potential of our plans to make a big difference in the world. As our days officially begin to grow longer than our nights, we feel the sun's energy in an especially powerful way that makes us eager to get moving forward on all that we intend to create. Chiron is also transiting Aries at this time, and the sun's presence here puts a kind of spotlight on the healing we seek to do in terms of our personal identity and our sense of belonging in the world. This is a time when we ask ourselves important questions about how comfortable we are just being ourselves, how we think we are received or perceived by other people, and how much we really think we care about what others think. The moon is in Capricorn all day today. Aries and Capricorn are a good team because Capricorn is interested in doing the work that ensures our security, and Aries likes to show strength and initiative. We're one day past the third quarter moon. It actually came in very, very early this morning, and today's phase is officially a waning crescent. This is a time when we do the work to release all of our outdated notions, attitudes, dispositions, and things that no longer serve a purpose in our quest to create a life we can celebrate. And having done that, in just about a week from now, we'll have that new moon in Aries where we have a nice clean slate from which to prepare another set of goals and intentions. I'm going to get right into the aspects today. I just want to remind you that there's a key on the right-hand side of the page. Most of the symbols on the page have made it into the key, so if you need a point of reference, it's right here. Otherwise, I will address all of the symbols as they come up in today's reading. And I've divided the page into two columns, one for each of our luminaries. Now, the moon is the luminary that sheds light on our inner lives. This is about our relationship with ourselves, what it's like to be in our body, heart, and mind, and also who we are in our home space. The aspects and transits that the moon makes are relatively brief, and they can have a subtle impact on those things we think, feel, know, and intuit, but may or may not ever choose to express. The sun, I should have put inner life up there. This is our inner life. The sun sheds light on our outer life. And this is about who we are in the world, in our work, social, and civic spaces. I address the sun and the rest of the planets on this side because they have some influence on that part of us that interacts with the rest of the world, the public face. We begin on the moon side today with the inner life at 2:15 p.m. Central Standard Time, friends. The moon will make a trine aspect with Uranus. This represents the potential for a change of heart, but also for changes to come about in the home. The trine vibration gives off a very positive, ideal functioning for any impulsive choices and changes in our personal lives. This is change without the drama and chaos, so hooray for that. Then in the ongoing column on the sun side of the page, we're still experiencing some Venus and Mars post-conjunct fun. Venus square Uranus and Mars square Uranus have us struggling with some impulsiveness as we feel the initiative of this season. Venus square Uranus now, this may especially be affecting Taurus, Libra, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, but it goes for us all. There's an impulsiveness coupled with the desire. This is the impulsiveness, and it's coupled with this desire to receive attention and affection, goods and services, money, compensation. The square aspect here indicates a challenge, and often the challenge is about our perception. So we may perceive at this time that we aren't getting the attention and affection, the compensation we are due, and that makes it tempting to attract those resources from unfamiliar sources. Venus sextile Chiron here in parentheses was with us for a few days, offering us up an opportunity to mend that sense of imbalance by being honest with ourselves about our reasons for straying from the regular sources, and by remembering the commitments we have in place to maintain them rather than just groping blindly for satisfaction. Venus sextile Chiron has left us now, so hopefully we all did that work. Venus square Uranus will be with us through tomorrow. So if you still feel an impulse or an urge to call in something irregular for the sake of feeling satisfied, do your best to make it a benign encounter that won't threaten or disrupt your long-term stability. Mars square Uranus. This aspect may especially affect Aries and Scorpio, Capricorn, Aquarius, but it goes for us all. There is an impulsiveness again here, coupled this time with initiative or the drive to pursue that which we desire. Mars is bold. We may think before we act. And with the square aspect vibration here, this is likely to bring up a challenge. We may feel impatient at this time or perceive that we're being thwarted or held back, and this brings an impulse to act out of frustration. Mars sextile Chiron is here though, and will be here with us through the end of the month. This is our opportunity to mend our perceptions around that frustration. Sometimes our impulsive actions don't work to bring us closer to our goals, and sometimes they even take us off course simply for the sake of feeling free to make a detour. But this is just adding time and work to our efforts to get down the paths that we have set out on. Mars sextile Chiron again asks us to be honest with ourselves about our reasons for pursuing things that waste our time and energy, and to remember the commitments we have in place, to maintain them rather than simply going off on a tangent that feeds nothing but your sense of frustration in the end. This is a very cooperative, positive vibration here. So really, if you allow your actions to cooperate with your goals and your inner sense of stability, Mars is still in Aquarius and with Saturn, so it's still very much about our foundations and our sense of structure, our sense of steady footing. As long as we take actions that are in alignment with that sense of steady footing, then we might not waste too much time and power pursuing things that aren't going to work for us anyway. And then Sun square Moon came in early this morning, and that vibe usually lasts about a day. So I want to remind you, we did have the third quarter moon late last night, where we shifted from reviewing to letting go. Symbolically, Sun square Moon says some challenges may come up between our outer lives and our inner lives. No reason to indulge the frustration. We have positive initiative and problem-solving energies on our sides at this time. These little obstacles that come up can be regarded as easy puzzles to solve so that we can get on with the journey. Coming up tomorrow, Mercury will make a sextile arrangement with Pluto, Virgo, Gemini, and Scorpio. This will be especially present for you, and we'll be granted a window of clarity and discernment where we can sort the ideas and plans that work from those that don't, giving us all the more power to release that which no longer serves according to the phase of the moon. Then on Sunday, Mercury will make ingress into Aries. Our thoughts, plans, and communications at this point will come out of the clouds and back down to earth. We can be more open and direct, which is a great state of mind to be in when we reach this Aries new moon on Thursday. The Aries full moon, the Aries new moon, is our clean slate, our true, personal, fresh start on the culmination of our goals and dreams. And that's it for the aspects today, friends. Thank you for tuning in today. If you see or hear anything here that needs clarification, please leave it in the comment section below. I will see your comment and I'm likely to respond. If you're a new viewer, welcome. Please like my video, give me a thumbs up, support my efforts by subscribing and clicking that notification bell. I post here every day and I wouldn't want you to miss a thing. Now I am in the habit of talking some tarot at the end of the episode. First, I will discuss the tarot card on the side of the page. Then I'll make a quick review of the day's aspects before throwing a random card to sum up or focus the energies for today. Tarot card on the side of the page is the Two of Wands, and it represents the first 10 days of the sun's transit through Aries. So the sun has a 30-day transit. It's broken down into three 10-degree parts. This is the first 10 days. And it's really the beginning of the Wands section of the tarot. The Two of Wands is about planning, it's about discovery, and it's about bringing our visions into fruition, about making something out of the plans and visions and desires that we have. So this is the point where we transform from from thinking and desiring into pushing, taking action, driving things forward. And you know what we do is we sort of take a look at those resources that we have. Wands represent the resources of drive, inspiration, instigation, initiative, that sort of fired up energy that gets us going forward. That's all Wands energy, and those are resources that come from within, resources that drive us forward, that come from within ourselves, from within, like our hearts and minds. So, this is the time to be in touch with those resources. It's definitely beginning of the sun's transit through Aries. So most of us are going to be really feeling that drive and that impulsiveness to get started on those things that we most desire to achieve. And this is the right time to be looking forward and putting those things in motion. And with that said, I'm going to go ahead and mix up my cards and remind myself that the sun is in Aries, as is the asteroid Chiron. So not only are we focused on the initiative and the coming to life of our own hearts and minds and the world around us, but we're also focused on our personal identities and our sense of belonging in the world, sort of mending whatever hurts are there in terms of how we feel about how we're received in the world and how well we can express ourselves or just be ourselves, right? The moon is a waning crescent in Capricorn. It's time to get to work, letting go, pushing out, doing the work to release that stuff that no longer serves a purpose in your world. If it doesn't help you reach your goals, it's got to go. Venus square Uranus, desiring and impulsive meets some challenges. So this is only with us for another day. If you're still feeling desiring and impulsive and you have already forgotten your commitments, just try to engage in attracting something to yourself that is benign and will not threaten your long-term stability. And then Mars square Uranus, same challenge, only this is impulsiveness with initiative. So, we've got this drive to act on things, but we might meet some challenges because perhaps we're feeling impatient or trying to rush a process, or we don't like being thwarted or held back, so then we go off on a little tangent, right? But Mars sextile Chiron is there with us through the end of the month, saying, let's not waste our power and our time on the stuff that doesn't get us where we're going. Okay, we've got goals. Mars is coupled right now here with Capricorn, and Mars is in Aquarius, which is ruled by Saturn. So it's really about our structure, our stability, our relationship to our communities, the commitments we have made. So we've got to focus on those goals. We've got to focus on where we're trying to get. And then Sun square Moon is with us pretty much all day today. This is an outer inner life challenge. We may not be perfectly aligned for all of our creative endeavors, but, especially when we're trying to release stuff that no longer works for us, we can feel a little bit challenged. And I invite you to use the challenge as an opportunity just to see what you can do differently, or to solve a little problem and keep moving forward. And then on the moon side of the page, we've got this one beautiful aspect that says, we can make changes. We can have changes of heart. We can change our mind. We can make changes in our home. And it won't be a chaotic thing for us. It's really kind of ideally functioning energy. And with that said, I'm going to turn this card. We have the Page of Rods. I love this. Okay, so rods and wands are the same thing. It just depends on the tarot deck you're using. This is a regular Rider-Waite deck, and this is the David Palladini deck that came out, I think, in like 1974, 1976, something like that. I love the artwork in this deck. So the Page of Rods, or the Page of Wands, or Staves, you know, this is a fire sign energy. This is very Aries energy, in fact, because it's youthful, it has enthusiasm, it has drive, but it may not have a lot of experience, right? We're sort of new to the initiative that we're taking in the world. We're sort of new to the things that we're trying to get a start on. So there will be mistakes. Mistakes will be made. It's important to, you know, be careful about impulsivity, especially, you know, when we come up against the information or the idea that we may have gotten something wrong, we may have estimated something wrong, or we may have blundered forward without considering all the consequences, right? We have this warning on hand that says, consider the consequences, let's not waste our time and our power. But as the Page of Wands, if we are the Page of Wands at this time, you know, it's just possible that we're going to say and do things, we're going to take initiative on things that aren't going to work for us. But that's okay. We still have a bright future, and we still have initiative and drive on our side. And that's what the Page of Wands is here to tell us. Like, these little problems that come up for us, they're just little problems. We solve the problem, we move over the obstacle, we keep going forward. We have great ideas, we have passion, we have drive, and there's no reason why we can't remain in pursuit of those things that we so passionately have planned for and intended for our lives. I believe that's all I have to say about that today, friends. So thank you all so much for being here. I appreciate you showing up every day to see your daily aspects. My name is Mel Rose, and I will see you all back here tomorrow for more Astrology Today.